Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today I will be showing you 2 ways to record PlayStation 3 footage in 2021. So you want to capture some PlayStation 3 footage. How are you going to do this? Well, the first thing you need to do is purchase a capture card. I have 2 here today, both versions of Elgato. However, the newest version is the 4K 60 Pro MK2. You can get an internal or an external version of this card. I have the internal version here, as you can see in my PC. Now, for recording modern video game consoles, it really is quite simple. You just hook up a HDMI cable, you go to the back of your capture card, you insert it in, HDMI in, HDMI out, and plug it into your computer. Use software such as OBS, and off you go. But how do you record PlayStation 3 footage? It is blocked by HDCP, which is High Bandwidth Digital Content Protection. The idea was so that people couldn't capture DVDs or Blu-rays straight off the PlayStation 3 and upload them directly online. However, what it did do was stop you capturing PlayStation 3 footage. So one way that you can do that is by using a splitter. So I have a HDMI splitter here. Now, my HDMI splitter was purchased at Bunnings in Australia. I'll put the link down below, for $32. And I've also found a link on Amazon in the US, and it's about $30 for another 2-way splitter. Get your HDMI out and plug that into this section here, into the input of the splitter. And then you need a separate HDMI cable, which you run from the output 1, and you don't actually need anything in output 2. And what this actually does is it tricks the PlayStation 3 into bypassing the HDCP. So then all you need to do is insert a disc, as I have done here, WWE 2K14, what a game, and you can enter in the disc. I've just muted the sound, and you will need to download a program such as OBS, and then you can record your footage as easily as this. So here we are capturing The Rock's entrance in WWE 2K14. I've just muted the sound. You can have the sound on, or I generally listen with some headphones and I have my microphone over here when I'm recording. I do like to have 2 screens because this screen has a slight delay. I don't know if you can notice. Generally, if the camera cuts, you can see a slight delay. So I do like to kind of play on this screen as I'm playing along as well. And then it's just really simple. When you want to stop recording, all you do is hit stop and it creates an MKV file for you. So here's Big Match John. Hasn't been seen since WrestleMania 36, but here he is. Current WWE champion. And then this is how quick it is when you want to finish recording. All you need to do is hit stop recording really quickly. And then what's really good about using a program such as OBS is when you finish capturing your PlayStation 3 footage and you'd like to edit using Premiere Pro, what you will need to do is convert your file into an MP4 format. So the way you do this is to rename your video first. That's always recommended. And then you will need to remux the video. So you'll go to File up the top and then to Remux, and you'll need to click on these 3 dots here. So find where you've saved your video, select your video here and press open, and then press Remux, and that will remux your video. Then you can find your video here in the folder you saved it to. You've got the .mkv file, that's the one you don't want to use. And then you've got the .mp4 file, and all you can do is just drag that into Premiere Pro. We can drag that across to the timeline, and then you can see your captured footage and edit to your heart's content. So we've managed to bypass the HDCP on the 4K 60 Pro. Now we need to bypass the HDCP using the Game Capture HD. So here is the capture device. If you're recording with a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or 360, you can just use the HDMI in, HDMI out, and that's quite a simple process. However, for a PlayStation 3, you need this component D terminal cable, this end plugged into the back of your PlayStation 3, this S-Video end into AV in here. However, you will need to change the settings on your PlayStation 3 first. You'll need to hook it up via HDMI to a monitor or a television. You'll need to go down to the settings. You'll need to go to display, open up display. You can see it's currently set to 1080p, and then select the component D terminal section. And then you will need to reconnect your cables with your laptop or PC that you are going to capture with. Plug your D terminal component cable into the AV multi-out in the back of your PlayStation 3 and connect the other end to your capture device. So the second way that you can record PlayStation 3 footage, and it's probably a way I would recommend if you're a beginning streamer, is to find one of these older capture cards. This is the Game Capture HD, and I purchased this for $40 secondhand in March 2020, and that's when I began my channel. And I used this laptop, which I bought in 2012. So the first 9 months of my channel, everything I uploaded was from this 9-year-old laptop and this $40 capture card. So it really was streaming and uploading and YouTubing on a budget. So I'd recommend searching on Marketplace stalls or Facebook Marketplace or whatever you've got to find one of these older cards and give it a go to see if, you know, streaming and uploading is really for you. So the way this works is it bypasses the HDMI. You can record a PlayStation 4 or 5 or Xbox using the HDMI cables and ports on this Elgato. However, if you're doing a PlayStation 3, it uses this D-Link component cable or D-terminal component cable, and then it plugs in here in this AV in, and then you need to download the software here. What's also really cool is that you also get this cable. So if you want to record older component cable systems such as the Super Nintendo or 64 or the Wii, you can use this, and then it plugs in with this S-Video cable as well. Now with my 4K 60 Pro, I actually have an upscaler that I bought that retails for about $100 to record old consoles, whereas with this Game Capture HD, if you've got all the cables, you actually don't need an upscaler, you can use that. So anyway, you'll need to download the software, as you can see here, and I would suggest playing on a second monitor because there is about a 2-second delay, as you can notice, between the screens there. So it's good to have that on, but you'll also need a second monitor or a TV to play that on. I did it with a TV and some headphones. And as you can see here, I think the limitation is it's mostly set to 720p instead of 1080, and you can just record down here. Now this is recording commentary from my laptop, but you can plug in a microphone as well to record, and you just start recording your footage. Now, something that's a little bit of a drawback is that it converts directly to MP4 once you're done, and that can on occasion corrupt as well. So unlike the newer model where it's an MKV format and then you remux it, this just does it automatically, but still a great place to start. So I'll see how long it will take after 30 seconds of recording. Generally you'll get a bar down here that will tell you, unless I need to scroll down. And as you can see here, you can do some basic editing as well. And you can see some of my other videos I recorded almost a year ago when I first started doing this channel. So Ride to Hell Retribution, check that out. But here is my footage and you can watch through it here. And you can directly upload that to YouTube as well, although I probably would recommend using a normal editor. So there we have it, 2 ways to capture PlayStation 3 footage in 2020. Which one would I recommend to you? Well, realistically, it depends on your budget. I would really say if you are a beginning YouTuber or a beginning streamer, really try to find a second-hand capture card off a marketplace first. give it a go to see if you really like it. And then if you do, just like Crabman did, you can upload to a more expensive model later. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please flick a thumbs up at the bottom. If you comment, I'll comment back. And if you subscribe, that would be awesome as well. Remember, in the links below, I will link where to get this splitter, as well as an Amazon link if you live in the US. Have a wonderful day and see you later.